Hi YouTube. Today I'm gonna make people hate me. Okay, so I'm working on a project here for a subscriber Ant Sap. He commented on a video saying that he picked up a turbo and a piston and would like see a video of what I come up with. Well, I came up with a lamp. Picked up lamp kit. Lighting's weird today. So anyhow, now where I'm gonna make some people not like me too much is the turbo I have is from a Toyota. That's all I got from the Toyota. Now, me being a Jeep guy and all, my piston here is from a Jeep, so I can already feel the hate coming. How could I combine those two things? Well, because, well, I'm not doing car stuff right now. I'm doing art stuff right now. So, right now my thought is the piston is a nice round base, so that's going to be the base. I got to clean it up yet. And Sap, I hope you don't mind this. I know you wanted to combine the two, so that makes a nice solid sturdy base here. And my thought, we're gonna put the turbo right here, and I got a surprise for the top later, but that's gonna be the start. I got a little bit to go. We got to clean up everything yet. I'm not set up to weld aluminum. I could do stainless, whatever, but I am not set up to weld aluminum yet. So I went to my buddy at the Jeep shop, and he's going to do the welding part for me. Then again, I don't know if, I'm assuming you've got the aluminum part. You might just have the cast part, which I could probably do minus this. So this is the route I'm going. Anyhow, I'm going to get everything cleaned up. I'll even clean up this just for the fun of it. And I'll cut back into it after I got that part all cleaned up. I'll try and make every shit. Try and make sure I show everything when I do the lamp part, because I know sometimes I cut away and don't show everything. So that's usually on the clocks too. I always screw up and don't show everything. So thanks for tuning in, and I will be back. Ducks sound angry, but all right, I got everything cleaned up here. A little bit of rust from my table on it, but it's going to the Jeep shop tomorrow so my buddy can get it welded. And if he's busy, just in case he doesn't do it while I'm there, I'm actually going to make a project with this. I think I said that in the beginning. So I got this all cleaned up down to bare metal, all the rust and everything off it, and we're going to make a clock out of this. Well, this is way. So I'm going to dig out 2 more pistons. I got a great idea for this one with 2 pistons behind it for a clock, and we'll turn this one project into 2. Thanks for bearing with me. It'll be worth it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I opened up the lamp kit. We got the cord. This came in a different kit, so I'll get to it in a second. Got a little base here. We got the bottom of the socket. Got top of the socket, which is technically 2 different parts here, but they sit in together in the package, so we'll leave them together. Got the little threaded plastic part. I think it's plastic, might have a little bit of metal to it. Guess I could stick a magnet to it. We'll leave it how it is. We've got these 3 little plastic things. These 3 little plastic things I have never ever used. This is actually the first kit I've ever bought that has them in them. Set those to the side. This is the lamp shade part right here. They slide up, so you can kind of take that off there. And then the little lock down. Let's see here. It's taking too long. There we go. And then they'll lock back in place when you have a lamp on it. And it comes in its own separate package. It's got its own little instructions just in case you can't figure it out. This one here has its own instructions. I believe I picked these up Fred Meyer, I said at the start of the video. Kroger stores at other parts of the country, United States, I'm not sure in other countries. So stopped by my buddy's Jeep shop today, and this is what I picked up, exactly how I wanted it welded. I got a piston base and I have a turbo top. Now here's my idea. I would need to go get a drill bit about this size, and I'm going to drill a hole about right here. And since I believe this is more plastic than it is metal, I'm going to get an epoxy. I'm going to epoxy this right in here after I drill the hole. And I'll probably use this base, even though I'm not a big fan of gold in my projects because I usually clash with the silver. We're going to see how that looks. We might end up going without it, but if we end up going without it, we'll just have to see how this sits, and we may end up having to fold this part here down, touch whatever, but we got to use the lampshade part on it and it's got to go through that little piece there. So that's just going to have to go how it goes, and then I'll walk you through how we do that. We're going to have to drill a second little hole for the wires to go through, and we will feed them up the back. We'll wheel them around through here, and we'll feed them in a second hole back through here somewhere. And when I picked this up, my buddy Eric, when I dropped it off, he asked me what I was going to use as a lampshade. I said I had no clue yet, and he handed me the coolest thing ever. So how could I not use this as a lampshade? So he made my day. I got it cleaned up a little bit. Nice K&N filter. Oh, it's an AFE filter, sorry. But so we're gonna get to work on this lamp now. I think it is gonna be the coolest project ever. We're setting the clock to the side because I don't have the clock kit yet. I'm gonna get drilling holes, run some wires, and show you how it goes together. I'm pretty stoked on this project. Aunt Sap, you rock for bringing it up. Alright, so I got my hole in the top of the turbo tube there, and I did take off the edges of this lampshade holder. That'll be going on next. And as much as I hate using epoxy on projects, when it comes to lamps with that little plasticky piece there, you don't have too much of a choice. It's either epoxy or super glue, and I think epoxy works better. I've been making lamps themselves for a couple of years now, and I haven't had any come back from the people I've given them to. This one here I'm actually going to keep for myself, so same with the clock, and I will find out personally how long it holds up. But being it is a welding channel, I'm going to go with JB Weld at least. And honestly, I've always used JB Weld. It just kind of works. It's JB Weld. Come on now. So it is that part. Pull out your JB Weld or whatever epoxy you would like to use, or whatever other sticky item you would like. And we're going to go ahead and put to this in here. You're going to want to make sure you get it in there straight though, because this is going to determine how straight that lampshade is. And I'm going to leave just a little bit holding up. I will show you why here in a few. Basically this only threads into here so far. I got aluminum shavings in there. And then you got this little set screw on the outside, so you can see when you have the kit in your hand, it only goes in there maybe got a little less than a ½ inch, maybe ½ inch at the most. And the set screw sets it in there. So if you need to trim that down, which you're not going to, you could. If you're using something longer, I've actually went to Ace Hardware, and I've even got a longer one of these little lamp nipples, I believe they're called. They sell these in like 1 foot portions even, so you can cut them to any length you want. I went about a longer one for the camshaft lamp that I made once. So set this to whatever length you'd like. Then we'll put your epoxy in there. The best thing, in my opinion, to do would be set it on this, so you know you got the length you want. Set your set screw. It wouldn't hurt to set it through there. Make sure you're happy. Sorry, set it through there. Make sure you're happy. Then set it. Remember, you're going to end up holding it or shimming it or whatever. Then you can unscrew all this, pull it off, and put the rest of your lamp together. All right, that's where we're at. That's where I'm going to cut you off. Okay, YouTube. So I let the epoxy stuff dry overnight. I took some of my blue tape here and I taped it basically in place on each side, and that pretty much held it in spot. I went overboard, so now I'm gonna have to clean that up. Yes, I am. I also had a brain fart. Tell you the truth, I got a pretty messed up back. That's one reason that's taken the videos a little longer. But I took a muscle relaxer last night because I knew I wouldn't be using any power tools but my drill, and I had a bit of a brain fart. Looked at this stupid hole here, and I knew better. I know the cord always runs up the middle here, and yet I thought it went in this stupid hole. So I'm gonna have to fill this hole here. I always like to admit when I make a mistake, because they happen with everyone, and I make one per video at least. So you know, don't feel bad you make a mistake. They happen to everyone. So anyhow, your cord goes up the middle of the light there. I will show you that in a minute, and that's where we're going to tie what I believe they call the underwriter's knot, and that'll keep your cord nice and secure. I believe this one here, this is actually the first time I've had with this little hole here. I believe it's probably for the pull string. I used to have one of those. I think I may have actually put it in a lamp, but if not, I can pull it out and show you. I keep all my clock and lamp stuff in one little area, but I think that went in a lamp. So anyhow, that's where I'm at now. I'm going to start cleaning up this putty epoxy stuff and get it looking like it's, you know, not a big goopy ugly mess. And then I'll come back on and we'll find that air cleaner, which is actually on the hood of the Jeep over there, and we'll make it start looking like a lamp. Alright YouTube, we're going to try this. I'm not used to wearing this thing on my head, but figure it's the best way to show you this. So this is where we use this little socket thing. I got my phone right here so I can see that I'm actually showing you the right thing. That's what I like about GoPro. I can put on the Wi-Fi and have it on preview mode, so I at least know I'm showing you the right thing. So we got the wire going in the right spot, not the wrong spot. And we got this little socket thing here. The wire is going to have to come up. This little part here will snap into the base of it here. So we need to tie an underwriter's knot, which is basically you take your two wires. I had it pre-tied for y'all. You take two little loops in it like so. One goes behind, one goes in front. Then you loop them through like so. And the one that went behind comes back through and like so. Right? And you're going to want to shorten them up in a little bit. That's just kind of how I'm showing you how it's done. Now the way you tell which is neutral and which is the power is these little ribs on. I don't know if you can see them or not, but one of them is going to have little ribs on them. One of them is going to be smooth. Where you tore them apart is not the ribs. So usually your instructions will tell you that. This one actually does not, because I don't know why Westinghouse is weird, but it does not. Normally they'll tell you that. So you'll shrink them up. The ones with the little ribs on it is going to go on the silver wire. I know I usually leave this part out of the video, and my buddy Ed, who I met as a subscriber here, we email now. He's a great guy. Asked me in one video how I got the clock parts in the comment area, so I figured I may as well put this in. So we're going to slide this out now, and we're going to make sure the one with the rib goes on the silver screw. So we're going to take our screwdriver. Sorry, my ducks are a little spoiled by the wife, so they're back in the background quacking again. We'll make sure which way they turn. Turn that way. So we'll make sure we rotate our wires around. They've already got a little bit of hardening on there, so I don't think I'll need to break out the soldering gun. Come on now. So I don't record this stuff. I'm not all that talented. I don't want everyone to know it's a secret. So do that there. Do the same thing on this side. Oops, I went the wrong way on that one. We'll make her work anyhow. Shrink up your little underwriter's knot to the best of your abilities. So it's going to all suck down in that hole there. Take this guy here, and it will, well, it's supposed to snap into place. I'm gonna have to fix that knot when no one's looking. So anyhow, that is how you do your stuffs. I'll fix that knot though, because I don't like it looking all ugly like that. It's supposed to snap on in there. Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my lampshade in there. I'm just going to put a light bulb in there. I'll plug her in, make sure it works. Oh, there it went. Click, click. So, I hear it click. You heard it. It wasn't that, I promise. So anyhow, that's how that goes, and that's how that goes. So anyway, we got our light socket in there. I'll put a light bulb in there and we'll we'll promise it'll work. Alright, one thing I forgot to do is actually buy a light bulb for the project, so let's not tell the wife. Some people know me, I don't know. So I'm still in the last one out from underneath the kitchen sink, and she's gonna hate me when she goes to find out. Oh yeah, it works. So hey, I did it right. I know I fumble with shit, but I do have practice at doing these. So yeah, now we have our lamp. All I really got to do is put the hole in this. I'm going to put a flat washer up top, and actually I don't have a nut. This one didn't come with a nut for up top, so I'll drill a hole in our air filter, and I'll put a little nut or something. I wonder if I can find something car-like to put up there. Lug nut's going to be way too big. I'll see if I can find something. Probably just be a nut for now. I'd like to get this published. I know he's been waiting for quite a while. Sorry, Aunt Sap, I really am. I really hope you're liking it so far, though. I'm grooving on it. And the clock isn't going to be ready at the same time. I don't even have a clock kit yet. The one I had, actually, well, I'll show you. Yeah. Yeah, I had bought a pendulum kit for it, and then I had changed directions, but the little tip one wasn't threaded right. It was kind of pissed me off. But anyhow, so here's this for now. Let me get this top on. We'll show the finished project for now. Find a nut that'll fit that thread. I know I got one. I got a bucket of nuts. Alright, so for anyone who's made it this far, I actually like it. I am actually going to take it back in. I've already made a phone call. Eric, my Jeep shop buddies, they're all going four-wheeling tomorrow, so the shop will be closed. I'm actually going to have them, we're going to get rid of that epoxy, and I'm going to see if they can weld this to the aluminum, because I don't like that one bit. Just because, but I really like it with that cover on there, so that just looks awesome. And the cooler thing is, even with the hole there, this isn't quite long enough to come through, and I have it just tight enough to be just, you can't hear it, it's squeaky tight, so it actually works just fine without a top on there. So I'm liking that. And Sap, I hope you like it. If not, I will get that clock wrapped up this weekend. Maybe you'll like the clock better. So anyhow, that is a Dremel tool holder in the way, but I do hope you like your lamp I designed for you. Also, if you do build yours and it is a little heavy one way or another, we come up with the idea to get some molten lead, and you can fill the bottom of your piston with lead, and that'll keep it from tipping, at least up to the rod hole here. You can put the rod in there for a little extra weight. I come up with a new design if you don't like it. The clock will be done soon as well. The clock, the cast iron, I'll have the two pistons coming off the back side. Clock will be in the middle. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it. I do hope you like it. I actually really like how that turned out. So I'll probably be keeping this piece and the clock both, just because I usually don't keep a lot of things I make for myself. So anyway, thank you very much for watching.